Hey everybody, it is Wednesday night and it's time for Super Geeked Up. Woo! All right, welcome to the show, everyone. My name is Jeff. This is your geeky pop culture show. We're going to talk geeky topics, play fun geek-themed improv games with you guys in the live chat. Thanks for watching. Thank you for watching in post. I see a bunch of you already in there. I'm joined as always by my co-host, Fernandez.
Hello, happy Waffle Wednesday. I don't know. It's a day, I'm sure, that has some type of food associated to it.
Dude,
Hopefully it's waffles.
like Taco Tuesday. I wish they would
Tuesdays.
create Waffle Wednesdays because I don't like tacos, but I do like waffles a lot.
Yes.
Let's start
One
it.
day.
Waffle Wednesdays. That's it from now on.
Let's get that
I had
going.
waffles today, actually.
There you go. You are very much celebrating the day properly.
Actually, though, for breakfast. So
celebrating today properly. Very good.
Weird.
That's great. There's a chicken and waffles joint that's right on my block called
Roscoe's?
Sweet Chick. And
Is it Roscoe?
no, Sweet Chick.
Ooh, that's
There's
a good name.
Sweet Chick. Yeah, it's delicious. So good.
There's. Oh, sorry. First off, let me introduce our guest so you guys know
Yes.
what we're talking to here.
Before we get into the
she
food
is
talk, yes.
sci-fi fantasy author. Her new book is Taltrix, Surviving the Gauntlet. We'll talk more about that later, but it's Cecilia Copeland. Welcome to the show.
Hi. So thank you so much for having me. I'm psyched.
Of course. Thanks for being on. Shout out to Listener's Mate for sending you our way, who's in the chat right now. But hello, everybody in the chat. So chickens and waffles, though, that's like one of my favorite things. And I don't know. It's only when I'm in the California, really. Do I ever?
When you went to Roscoe's, I think the last
Roscoe's,
time
I loved
WonderCon.
Roscoe's.
Yeah.
When I was in it, yeah. But I don't know. I don't feel like we have those really around where I am usually. All right, but chicken and waffles is great. Good choice. All right, let's see who we got here in the chat. There's the aforementioned Lister's Mate right here saying hello. As Chaz is here as well.
Hello, Sephira.
Yes.
Sephira?
Yes. Sephira.
Sephira, hello.
Hi, Seth.
That's a cool name, like that. Sephira. Hello, Matt. And by the way, Carrier reminds me, yes, we do have a poll going on. He's saying if Zatanna doesn't win, I'm calling shenanigans. Well, Carrie, that would be my vote too, but let's tell people about the poll because we like to do polls here every week on YouTube. The poll this week is who's your favorite Magic user? We're going to talk about Magic a little later in the show. I'm only allowed 4 choices, folks. I know there's a lot of other people I could have put on here, but the ones I put on were Zatanna from DC Comics, Gandalf from Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, and Sabrina the Teenage Witch. It's actually a pretty close race. Gandalf is at 40%, but the rest are all at 20%. All right, it's one of the closest races we've had in a long time. You can vote till the end of the show, and we'll declare the winner, unless I forget, like usual. So Francis.
Well, wait, is it Gandalf the Gray or Gandalf the White?
Ooh, good question.
I should have known.
Good question. That's
I should have known. They're going to ask me that.
That's a good. I mean, there's a difference.
Know. I didn't say.
Because what if it's like 20% Gandalf the Gray and 20% Gandalf the White? It might be split totally.
That's why I didn't do it. It would have meant he couldn't have won because he would have split his own vote. It's like being nominated for 2 roles in the Oscars and you're not going to win.
No.
Yeah. All right. Good question, though. Anyway, all right, folks, we're going to do Tangent Tales. We're going to do Super Movie Pitch tonight. We're going to talk about Magic, but Francis has our first geeky question for us right now.
That's true. Cecilia's new book, Taltrix, Surviving the Gauntlet, takes place in the year 5514. Why, that's how old I am. If you could travel to the future, what year would you want to go to, and what would you hope to see there?
Are you 55 or 14?
A little bit. All of those numbers. I am all of those numbers. I am a very old man. 5514, though. I love how far into the future that is. That is like.
I know. It's right. It's way farther than most people put their things, but we'll talk about that more later. We'll talk about why.
Even Discovery only went 3000 to the year 3000.
31st century.
Yeah.
All right, folks, tell us your answers in the chat. Listeners Made, by the way, says he never got the chicken and waffles things. I understand them separately, put together seems like a bit much. But that's why it's so great, because you wouldn't think they would go together, but it's awesome. It's fried chicken, though, just to be specific. It's fried chicken and waffles, not just
the
any
honey
chicken.
Glaze. Yeah.
All right. So where would you, Cecilia, would like to start with our guests? What year would you go to? What do you want to see there?
Well, I mean, I would go to 5514 because
sure.
Because I mean, that's when I sent the world. It's called the 5000 universe where this takes place. when this takes place. So there will be kind of prequels imagined, and then there's stuff that happens later. But I figure by then we'll be past, if we're all still alive, that is, we'll be past a lot of the isms that we're dealing with now, sort of the infighting that we're dealing with now, and we'll be dealing with new problems. And we'll be
Alien
traveling
problems.
throughout space. Yeah, definitely. Alien problems we'll be dealing with. We will have achieved an understanding of gravity and
Artificial
how
gravity?
gravity
Nice.
functions, so that in the future we can travel and we can live in different atmospheres. And then also we will have developed the abilities of the human mind at that point. So we have all these different things that we can do or that we don't know we can do yet. But by 5514, we will have figured out all of the different, let me just get a sip of water here out of my massive
Nice.
beverage here.
All right, I guess I'll have to challenge her with my massive.
Oh,
No.
nice. I like that.
Wait a minute. Well, mine's not as big as yours, but not too bad.
Still pretty big.
We're all
It's pretty
drinking
big.
from very large beverages. Yes.
Yeah, we're thirsty
We're
individuals.
thirsty.
We're so thirsty. So if you want to date us,
Yeah. Oh, jeez. These
Yeah, so
pretzels.
I mean, these pretzels, mostly it's just so that we can develop the human capabilities that are currently latent that we haven't figured out yet.
Ooh, I like it.
very cool.
I like it a
Listeners
lot.
says, I'm sure there'll be a cure for diabetes and cancers. Yes, I would
Oh,
hope so.
easily. Oh, yeah. Disease is gone. There'll be new ones like smelly toe or something. It'll just be ridiculous and just strange. I'm certain at some point.
We'll have viruses that just like walk up to us and crawl in our ear and just like
Yeah.
Oh no.
Sephora says, battle the buckets. Oh, with our cups, you mean?
With our
Yes.
cups? Yes.
Yes.
We stay. We got to stay hydrated. We have to.
Carrie, I like this answer. To travel 2 hours to the future to see who wins the poll. Okay.
Oh, well, there
really,
you go.
He's really eager about this poll. Let's see here. Jalu would actually go into the past. Knowledge. Tell my past self the things. See his wife. That makes total sense.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the past. I get it. I totally get it.
Yes. And hello, howdy, Jalu. Thanks for watching.
Howdy, Jalu. Like howdy. More howdy.
So I feel like I'm going to pick the year 3000 just because I feel like 1,000 years is a good time for there to be massive changes. If I think like 1000 to 2000, like what happened, I guess, in those 1,000 years. So I feel like it's enough for there to be really significant changes, right? Like I don't want to go just a little bit and things aren't that different. Like who the fuck cares? So, but I don't know. I guess I would like to, I would like to see transporter technology done by then. So we can just go, like on Star Trek, just go wherever we want all across the earth. Flying vehicles is a must, not like planes, but like like flying car type deal, I think.
It would be in space by then. So I
feel like we need to have it on Earth too.
So Earth will be gone by then.
Stop saying no. It's around at 5514. It's around in the year 3000.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We've already established it's around at 5414, so it's fine.
Well, yeah. No, of course.
But you're right. I guess we should definitely have colonized places by then too, right? At 3000.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, we're already working on Mars, right? So.
Yeah, Mars is next.
I mean, maybe you're right.
Yeah, we got to tackle the solar wind issue on Mars, and that's going to be complicated. Not that I've spent a lot of time researching this or anything.
Oh,
what's the solar wind problem on Mars?
You know how we just had that really big, beautiful solar flare that caused all the northern lights all around the Earth?
Yes.
So Mars doesn't have an atmosphere like Earth does because Mars's core has chilled, and Mars needs to have a hot core in order for it to have the same kind of atmosphere that would trap the solar winds, because otherwise solar winds would just come through and kill us anytime there's a solar flare. So like for us right now on Earth, it's great for a solar flare because it looks beautiful. We can look up at the sky and it's like,
so you're saying
colors,
the atmosphere stops the atmosphere verse stops the solar winds from harming us. Is that
correct? Yes. And that's because we have a hot molten core that's spinning.
So if you were on Mars,
Oh boy.
even if you were in a structure, even if you were in
you
like
guys
a
just realized I'm a real nerd.
Yes, I love it. I
fantastic.
love it. I am a fan.
You're so much nerdier than I thought. This is great.
Yeah.
I
If you
knew
were-
this was going to happen.
You were prepared. We were
Oh,
not.
yes.
we were
Yeah.
not prepared.
We were not prepared.
I'm blushing now. I'm
We're
definitely
way,
blushing.
we're way out geeked right here.
Wow, that's great.
So
Oh.
on Mars, if you were in a man-made structure, you're saying the solar winds would still obliterate the structure and humans, or just humans?
It would cause major problems for all living organisms. I'm
How
not
often does
sure
this
how
happen?
much.
How often do solar winds happen?
How often are there solar flares? All the time, but like big ones, every so many years. It's like how many times are there comets that come close to us?
Right,
Like
okay.
it's sort of we can predict some, but we can't predict all.
Damn, I didn't know this was an issue. I know there's a lot of issues getting to Mars. I didn't know this was one of them. This is a big problem.
Yeah, this is the biggest one. Actually, it's the biggest one. I mean, it's harder because it's harder even than the oxygen issue. You know.
It's really shocking Matt Damon survived that all. I mean, given the circumstances,
Well, yeah,
Luckily,
no,
he
he
wasn't
has to
there
run
that
into
long.
solar flares. Yeah,
he
I mean,
wasn't there
he
long
actually
enough.
runs into solar flares and they
Oh, does he?
destroy some of his stuff. Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, I forgot that part.
Issues. Because I was sitting there watching it, being like, "When are the solar flares happening? When are we going to deal with this?" And like, you can specifically build something with protections for solar flares, but like, you can't build a whole civilization under a dome. That's just not practical. So you
were
have
you
to.
happy to see the solar flares? Were you like, good, accurate?
Yes.
Thank you.
I
I'm
was.
envision-
I
I'm
definitely
envisioning
was.
her sitting in
Yeah.
the theater like this the whole time until they happened.
Then the solar flare happens. She's like,
Yes. And they're like, people are like,
There
why
you
is she
go.
clapping? What's happening?
oh, hello, Ralph.
Yeah, destruction.
Ralph says, yay, Cecilia. Hey, I heard that on Mars there are no ants that crawl over your feet while you're narrating your audiobook.
Oh, Ralph Lagnini. This is my audio engineer who I worked with in upstate New York. And I was recording the audiobook with him. And at one point there was an ant because it's upstate New York. So there was an ant and all of a sudden I'm recording and I feel something and I'm like, like shouting into the microphone.
This is-
Wait, one ant?
It was one ant, but you know how when you're just like really focused on something and all of a sudden you feel what is clearly an insect of some type making its way onto your toes. So I shouted into his ear and
So-
it was just like the surprise of it.
So you narrate barefoot is what you're telling us.
I was in sandals.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I actually live in upstate New York and even I usually don't have ant problems, but where in upstate New York were you recording?
Well, I was staying in Eagle's Nest with some friends of mine up there, and
Okay.
which is like near Kingston.
Oh yeah, okay, I
And
know where it is. Sure.
and Ralph's place was about like a half an hour from there, so
All
I'm
right,
not exactly
cool.
sure. It was like near the reservoir.
All right, cool. Great. That's awesome.
He would recognize this cup because I bought it so that I would have some liquid swap for when I was doing
Oh,
the
you got
audio.
you need that for
but-
audio. Yeah.
How many hours did it take for you to do the whole session?
It took about a week because my voice dies out after about 4 hours.
Wow.
My voice was like, after 4 hours, it was like, shut up. You're done.
no. Oh.
Yeah.
I hope you did
Yeah,
voices.
but it was great. I did some voices and some of them were harder for me because they were a deeper register than I'm used to speaking with, or they were more sort of grandiose, type of character than I try to sound in life, so that those were the harder chapters when it was really focusing on them. But I had a great time working with Ralph. He was so supportive and so wonderful because I've never done an audiobook before. So it was my first time.
Oh, very
That's
nice.
super cool.
He's
All
like,
right,
I can use that
Ralph.
ant scream later. I know I can.
If you just joined us, folks, we're talking about what year in the future you would want to travel to. What do you want to see there? Tammy at Saber Pink says, I need to go to 2525 because that song is an earworm. Nice.
I don't know which one.
I don't actually know that song either.
In the year 2525. Oh no,
Oh.
that did not sound great.
Keep singing.
Oh no, no more
Okay.
singing for me.
Chaz
Yeah, I sound
says-
amazing in the shower, but no place else.
Chaz quotes Yoda here. Difficult to see. Always in motion is the future. That's true.
Oh,
Let's see here. And by the way, he also says the magnetosphere. Is that what we're talking about with Earth?
Hmm.
Okay, very good. Here we go. If man is still alive, women can survive. This is the lyrics, I guess. Let me find the
Yeah.
year 3535. All right. Who is it? But who sings it? Tell us that, Tammy. Let's see here. We've got, oh, wow. This was made us telling us. Solar flare cycle is once every 11 years. We are now year 3 or 4 of the current cycle.
All right.
They're all the
Nice.
time, but they are more extreme every 11 years, he says.
okay.
Excellent.
All right. Cool. Thanks for that info. All right, Francis, where are you going? What year?
Well, I guess ideally I'd like to see when the next evolution is, but that would be like another a million, maybe million or so years.
Like beyond Homo.
Yeah, like what is the
sapien?
next human evolution? What do we turn into? You know, are we gonna just be gigantic heads with just
Heads.
tiny little spindly bodies, which is what I really hope happens because that's hilarious. Well, that's a legitimate.
I
like,
know.
you
Yes.
know,
I don't think that's great, but all right.
Well, yeah. How's
know, I get
dating
it, I
with
get it.
giant heads and tiny bodies? It's like, oh, your brain.
What
is
if
so
we split into
sexy.
2 groups? One's that and the other's like all bulked out and have little brains.
Well, they're the entertainers, right? You have to have sports still, right? And thus they're
right.
still going to be in the Olympics. So those are the guys that continue to, be muscular. But the rest of the average person will just have gigantic brains and tiny bodies. Either that or I don't know. I want to see the
All right,
next
so you wanna
evolution. So
travel
I would say
really
about like
far.
a million. Yeah,
really far.
yeah. 24th.
Very cool.
24th for
24th
the Star
what?
Trek stuff. 24th for the Star Trek stuff. 22nd for the Sherlock Holmes stuff.
Oh, from the Sherlock Holmes in this cartoon. Yeah. That was a good cartoon.
Yeah.
All right. In the year 2525, Exordium and Terminus song by Zager and Evans.
I've never heard of this, and I will
haven't
listen because that is the first time I've ever heard the word Zager before. So I will definitely take a look.
Yeah. Zager and Evans. I don't know. All right. Thanks, Tammy.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. I need to share something from Tammy next week. But anyway, you can keep putting your years in the chat here, folks. If there are other years you want
What
to
year
visit.
would you like to visit? We are curious. We want to know.
Wait, where? Oh, Francis, did she send it to a group chat? Remember, she sent us.
It was a
picture
group
of
one.
us?
Yes, it was a group.
Last time?
It was for the two of us. Is it the? Oh, you want to share?
I found it.
Okay. Oh,
Sorry,
good.
folks. So Tammy, who say we're pink in the chat, does these like sometimes as we're talking about stuff, she'll
Mhm.
create AI art of it and share it. This came just after our
Oh.
show I did last week. What were we talking about? This is us as a band. Is that what this is, Francis?
Yeah, remember we talked about music, which I don't know why Zager and Evans never came up with our last discussion about music, but I guess we missed out. Yeah, she talked about the different band. It was her and the
Her and Tammy and the Urban.
Yeah, the
Oh,
Urbans.
we were doing it. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is Francis and me, kind of as a Wham, I guess, type band.
Oh, great. It was George Michael Appreciation Day yesterday.
Was it?
Oh,
Oh, this is perfect. Yes.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Holy shit. Wow.
Wow.
You're nerdy and
George
musical.
Michael has as an appreciation day. That's interesting.
Well, he should. He's amazing. He was
Yeah.
amazing. Fref, by the way, if you don't know, folks, is the ship name of Francis and me that our audience has come up with. Francis and Jeff makes Fref. And there we are. I think that's great. We should direct cosplay.
I should cut my hair like that. I should have that kind of hair. I have
We
the
have
glasses.
sunglasses.
Sort of.
We gotta
Just
just
have to
tint them.
tint
We gotta
these
tint our
out.
glasses. Yeah. So thanks,
That's
Tammy.
great.
Yeah.
I love all the neon.
I know. Yeah. It's
Very
awesome.
80s. Very 80s. I like it.
Best decade. All right.
Best decade.
For me anyway, in my opinion. All right, there we go, folks. Let's see. Let's do our first game here. It is called Tangent Tales. And Francis is going to tell us he has an intro to a story, some kind of, I don't know.
Oh yeah, we have
type
to
story.
describe what we're doing. I'll explain what we're doing.
Yeah. Francis is a geeky type story here. He came up with before the show. And at some point he's going to throw the story to one of us. We're going to continue it in some weird way. and then we'll throw it to somebody else, and we'll keep kind of passing it around until one of us feels a good way to end the story. All right. So here we are. I'm sure it's some kind of really amazing, zany story, as he always likes to come up with.
Rather boring, actually. I don't know why.
Come on, boring. Don't say that.
Yeah, All right.
Well, we'll make it exciting as
Yes.
we veer off into different topics here. All right. And you can keep chat along as you're doing here, folks, as we do this.
Yes. So, all right. A warrior, a wizard, a Valkyrie, and an elf walk into a bar. The bartender looks at them with disdain as they hobble over to a nearby table, hurt and disheveled. The warrior calls out to the barmaid for a round of beers. As the sudsy beverages hit the table, the wizard sighed heavily. What happened? The barmaid asked timidly. The Valkyrie growled. We barely made it out of a very large steel glove. Some would say we survived the gauntlet. Excitedly, the elf raised his glass and toasted to his fellow adventurers. A toast that would be remembered for the ages. A toast that would be written in the storybooks. Jeff,
I knew
what was this toast?
I knew it. The elf, right?
It was the elf. It's a wizard, a warrior, a Valkyrie, and an elf. All of the characters from the video game Gauntlet.
From the video game Gauntlet. I got it.
Yes.
Immediately, yes. The elf raised his glass and said, "Toast!" And then everyone looked at him. Everyone looked at him, waiting for his toast. And he says, "No, I want some toast. Barmaid, serve me some toast." So, toast was the specialty of this establishment, so he was in luck.
Oh, good.
And buttery toast got slapped onto the table for all four of them, and they had their fill. And it was a joyous occasion until someone burst through the tavern doors. And who was it, Cecilia?
It was Thanos.
Oh,
Because
Gauntlet.
oh, all right.
because of the missing and large glove. Because
Makes sense.
Thanos comes roaring in, demanding the return of the huge glove, which had been micro-sized and was being hidden on one of our wary travelers. The elf said, "Not me." The warrior said, "Not me." The wizard said, "You'll never know." And the Valkyrie said, "Let's fight."
Oh, no. Oh, no.
So the Valkyrie ran at Thanos. The warrior jumped behind the bar and picked up a huge, what, Francis?
A huge wooden spoon. A spoon used to stir soup. It still had the scent of barley and maple. I don't know why. That sounds terrible, actually, combined together. But it did not matter. The warrior knew that he had but one chance to stop Thanos from taking back the gauntlet. With a harrowing cry, "Toast!" he said. He ran towards Thanos, waving his spoon. Valkyrie pummeling him with her punches. The wizard looking at a book, and the elf wondering what is going on. The barmaid immediately screams and jumps on the table. "Stop! Not in this bar, please. This is a family-friendly bar. Look at the animated animatronic mouse and friends. Please do not disturb such wonderfulness." But yet, that seemed to touch Thanos' heart, so much so that he did something very unexpected. Jeff, what did he do?
Well, Thanos snapped his fingers, but instead of half the people disappearing, he made all their clothes disappear, and they had to use Georgie.
Oh no!
The end.
Oh, what a way to end.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's like, which way do I go? Oh, we're going that way.
Well, that was what he asked. Which way am I going? I don't know which way to swing here.
Oh, Thanos.
Yeah.
Oh, Thanos.
Does Thanos have any romance ever?
He does. He originally did all of what he did in the original comics because he wanted to woo Death, who was a woman.
Oh, right.
And this was
right.
all to impress her so that she would date him.
Death is very sexy in the comics, actually.
Yes, Death is a lovely lady.
You're right. Disney. Well, okay, Thanos is Disney now. You're right. So no orgies there. But in the Gauntlet video game, maybe the orgies are involved. I don't know. Who knows?
The Gauntlet video game is just chicken.
No, there's not chicken orgies.
No, it's just they eat chicken.
They eat chicken, yes.
They eat chicken.
And waffles. Chicken and waffles.
Waffles. Oh,
yeah, I was like, we're back on this again. We're all craving this.
I think I am a little bit, actually. Not going to lie.
Me too.
I'd love to go to Disney World. So, okay. And they all partied at Disney World. That's the alternate ending.
Okay, there you go. The alternate ending. He snapped his fingers and transported them to Disney World, where they had a fantastic time. And went on.
At Avatar Land.
Yeah.
Which apparently is good. I've never been.
I've been.
But apparently it's great.
It is great.
Oh.
I mean, Star Wars Land is my favorite, but Avatar is it's great. It looks just like you're there. It looks awesome. It's great. They have a great ride too. 2 rides, but one is really awesome.
I haven't been to Disneyland or Disney World since I was a little kid. I've got to go.
Well,
just for the bizarre experience of it.
Nerdy and go. It's
Disney World specifically caters to adults because alcohol is allowed in parts of it. So,
there's no alcohol in Disneyland?
No, well, in Disneyland, California Adventure has alcohol, but Disneyland proper doesn't, because that's for the children.
No, Epcot, half that place is all about drinking and eating with all the international.
They have like countries. Like drinks.
They have a
world.
food and wine festival at Disney World actually every year.
Food and wine at California Disney. Yeah.
Okay, too. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Anyway, let's see here. We got Carrie. I was also thinking of Chuck E. Cheese when he brought up the.
I was hoping you would go towards the Chuck E. Cheese route, but you didn't take the.
Well, bait. I was trying to think how I was going to work that in with Thanos, though, and I don't know. I went orgy instead.
They would have had a song and dance.
Well, that's my first thing, but then I said, "Fuck, I really don't want to sing." So.
Look, Cecilia had to be the only one who sang.
I know. We have sang plenty of times in the show, and it's always terrible when we try to do it.
Well, you can add mine to that.
You were much better than us.
But now we know what the song sounds like, so it works.
I should have done the song.
Yeah, you sort of know what the song sounds like.
I mean, close enough. Enough to know. Yeah.
California Adventure plus alcohol equals orgies? ? Maybe.
California Adventure. That is a place.
The elf should have done the George Costanza curse toast. I don't remember that actually.
I don't. He could have done. The elf could have done the Believe It or Not. George isn't at home. Please leave a message at the beat to the song of Believe It or Not. I'm walking on air. He does that. He does the
Great American Hero theme.
He does the Great American Hero theme as his voicemail.
George Costanza does.
He does.
I don't remember that either. Jeez.
Yeah, that's why when I mentioned the pretzels, because it's making me thirsty, and that's also a start.
I remember the pretzels. Yes.
Too much Seinfeld. Right, Desi's? Too much Seinfeld.
By the way, Dezzles. Yes, let's welcome in Dezzles. This is he's all the way watching Australia. So welcome, Dezzles. We actually haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back. So great to see you, man. He's never played ukulele. You're saying we haven't. I mean, that would be even worse. You're saying if you played ukulele on our stream. Okay, we get it.
I don't have one.
Well, I don't know. I would like to hear you play the ukulele now, actually. I don't hear a lot of ukulele players. All right, there we go. That was Tangent Tales, folks. We're going to do movie pitch later and talk about magic. Do you have something to add, Francis?
No, he says he's normally in the office during the stream.
Oh, that's right. Well, you should just watch while you work. I don't know why you don't do that. It's fine.
Now you have to do office references.
There's never too much Seinfeld, Sephora says.
How the turntables.
All right, so let's now, before we go on, let's talk to our guests. Let's find more about her awesome new book. So Cecilia Copeland here, new book, Taltrix, book 1, Surviving the Gauntlet. All right.
Yes.
Tell people about it. Tell people about the book.
So, as we discussed a little earlier, it's set in the year 5514 when human beings have achieved all that is capable to achieve with our minds. We've developed our minds in the same way that we've put attention on like the earth and its resources. We have used ourselves as a resource and have advanced our minds. So everything that we would call magic that people would think that you can do, like, can you levitate? Can you move something across the room? Can you essentially, can you send a shock of pain, or can you heal someone? All these things that feel like they would be really cool if we had those powers. In the year 5514, many people do have those abilities. And so our heroine, whose name is Red or Torch, and she goes by RT for short.
I thought she liked to retweet.
That's not a
Sorry.
thing
I know.
anymore.
You know what?
I know. It's not a thing anymore. It wouldn't be a thing then, so it's fine.
I know. It's so weird. We were talking about the sort of the death of Twitter and the birth of X.
Yes.
Like,
I'm sorry.
can
Please
Twitter
continue.
ever really die?
Nope.
Okay. so RT heads off to Taltrix, which is the name of a dark biodynamic university. And that's what they call magic. They call it dark biodynamics.
Now, is this a real thing, or did you make this up? Dark biodynamics.
Well, it will be a real thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so you didn't. Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
I mean,
What?
and what's funny is that I say this because, like, there are certain things that I created in the book that didn't exist before I was writing it, and like after I finished it, and now they exist, like Petri meat, and Petri food. Like, there was no such thing as Petri meat before Taltrix was finished, and then about a year or so after I had written the first draft, there's all this stuff coming out about Petri grown meat, because I feel like I think it's going to be delicious. Actually,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be good.
I would try
You know,
it.
I think the one thing that we're going to have to look out for with Petri meat and all Petri things is how many times those cells have multiplied from the original sample. And the closer you get to the original sample, the better it's going to be, because there's more deterioration every time. There's degeneration when cells multiply. Oh, see, another moment of realizing just how nerdy I am.
I'm laughing at his reaction.
Great. I love it. It is so like
seriously. I was actually thinking, like, oh my god, are you a scientist in real life?
No, I'm just that nerdy. That's why I was so excited to come on the show. Are you kidding me?
You know everything. This is crazy.
Yeah, I feel like I'm dropped the ball on my nerdy knowledge, because wow, I need to.
Well, I don't know a lot about other things. Like, I don't know a lot about celebrity culture, and I feel like a lot of people do.
Well, that's good.
And
that's good,
so I'm at a loss, but I can tell you about Petri meat and solar flares.
Oh, good.
And Mars's chilled core. But so anyway, in this universe, in the 5,000 universe, they call magic dark biodynamics, and they study it, and you learn how to use it. And everyone has a certain amount of ability, and those who can't be trained, they have to wear blocking tech so that their minds can be protected from others who can just like infiltrate their mind and change their memories. And yeah, so it's kind of a scary thing. But blocking tech is really a positive thing. It equalizes the playing field, but blocking tech can't enable you to use these abilities. It can only protect you and protect your mind from others who can. So she's going to this dark biodynamic university, Taltrix, to learn how to harness all of her abilities. And her older brother is there. And every year, Taltrix goes to Kepler-Neptune, which is a mercenary training planet. And they have this huge gauntlet. And every year, the whole university goes, and everyone runs the gauntlet. And in this year, she's a first-year student, so it's supposed to be set on the easiest setting, but someone rigs the gauntlet and puts it to its hardest setting. So she
Oh, what an evil
so
person.
she has to run it. Yes, very evil, very evil. I won't say who, but it's in the synopsis. I think it's in, like,
It
we
is.
have a lot of hints. I'm not giving anything away. But so she has to survive this gauntlet. But the problem is, if she survives it and pulls through on its hardest setting, it's going to convince everyone that she has beyond superpowers and that she's special in this way,
Ooh.
that she does not want to be, because a war was started over her years ago. I can go on and on and on about it, but
Yeah, no, I think that's a great synopsis. By the way, Dazzle says it was me. I rigged it.
yes.
You rigged the gauntlet. Also,
Where is Dezzles in Australia? Because I lived there for 5 years.
oh, that's right. I saw that in your bio. That's yes, Dazzles,
Yeah.
tell us. I don't remember actually where he is.
Where are you
Um,
down under?
What I remember in your description, did you say the school takes place on a Star Cruiser? Is that right?
Yeah, space cruiser.
That's, I think, a really cool idea. I love that idea that it's like on a
I
cruiser,
like
not
it's
like
sort of Star Trek meets Harry Potter for adults in that way. Like, they go to different places. That way they can go to different planets to train, like Kepler and Neptune, and
that's
they
so
can go to
smart.
different space stations and train.
That's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
I mean, like, who needs Starfleet Academy set on Earth, man? You gotta go places. That's cool.
Yeah.
Dazzles is Sydney based.
All right. I used to live in Sydney.
Sweet.
Yes.
Nice.
It
That's
was
awesome.
beautiful.
I
Yeah.
bet.
Yeah.
Even the opera.
Weird flora and fauna and huge birds. If you haven't been to Australia, the birds will be shocking to you because they're all the size of cockatoos, like magpies. These birds are just massive. I mean, I grew up in Des Moines, Iowa, and I'm used to birds that are like the size of a fist, like not threatening at
Yeah.
all whatsoever. And you go to Australia and their birds are like, they're like the size of dogs, and they
Just
just
like you mean
swoop
birds
right
that
in.
are just normally around every day.
Yes, just regular everyday birds are like this big. They're very intimidating.
Well, they need to be if they're going to eat those gigantic spiders and the other gigantic insects of Australia. You need them to be significantly larger. That's
Yeah.
so makes sense.
Yeah.
Dazzles, well, it makes sense. It's cold there because you guys just started your winter and we just started our summer.
Oh man, I guess I know where I'm going.
But does it? Well, were you there? You were there for 5 years, right? So does Australia actually get really cold though, or does it in the winter?
Bet it snows.
In Sydney, I brought my heaviest coat with me from that I had when I was in Iowa and in upstate New York, and I never wore it once in 5 years. It just sat in my closet.
Oh.
So not as
it
cold,
does
not
get,
as cold as here, as we're used to.
yeah, nothing like that.
I mean, depending on
Nothing
where
as
in the
cold as
United
here.
States you live, yes. But if you're in upstate New York or Iowa,
Yeah.
y'all have birds that aren't threatening. What madness is this?
Yeah, our birds are not scary here at all. Oh, little bird.
They actually can fit on your shoulder. You can, you can fit in the palm of your hand. So yes.
Yes, robins, blue jays, orioles, cute little tiny birds. Not in Australia. Like, though, our birds would be a snack for their birds.
Oh no. Yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So folks, again, here is this is where it is on Amazon, but it's also on Barnes and Noble. You can get it online there.
Yeah, but it's only $2.99 on Kindle, which I'm really proud of, and I'm happy about the fact that I was able to do that, because the paperback is $25.99, which is a little pricey in my opinion for a paperback book, but it's hefty. So it has a lot of pages.
354 pages, it says here. Well, let me see the paperback. That sometimes is different on Kindle.
Look, it's not as long as Game of Thrones.
386 pages. Oh, almost 400 pages. That's a good length. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Nice.
good. We don't need it to be that long. We don't need the
that's
perspective
a really
of 100
anything between 300 and
characters.
400. I think is a really solid,
Yeah.
awesome length.
That's a good.
Yeah,
size.
folks. Look, you can get $2.99. That's what does they say here? 88% off the paperback price. It says.
Yes.
It's a good deal. And I think really, like I told her before the show, I love the cover. It's super cool. That's your protagonist, I'm assuming, on the cover, right?
Yes, that's RT on the cover. And that's her in one specific moment. I think that's in chapter 4, right when she's learning how to do blocking techniques. She's learning a new, like a harder level of mental integrity.
Awesome. So I see book 1. Do you have a plan like trilogy or a certain number of books or?
Yeah, I do, and I'm halfway through book 2, actually. So, but I haven't finished writing it yet. I mean, obviously, like I'm halfway through book 2, the first draft of it, and I have a whole series planned. I
Oh,
won't
that's
say a
awesome.
trilogy.
It's
I'll
beyond a trilogy.
say it is. It's a series, so it's not. It's beyond a trilogy, but I don't want to say the exact number because that kind of gives away too much about what will happen. And then, but I do also have a trilogy of prequels planned,
Oh, damn.
which
That's
is
awesome.
called
This is
You got
a
it all plotted
Final
out.
Wars. Yeah, and then after the Taltrix series, there's going to be another series called Lost Years, and then the final series will be New Beginnings.
wow.
So I've spent
Do you have this all mapped out? Is this all already mapped out and everything?
a large part of it. None of the specifics are,
Mm.
but I know what kind of the larger arcs are in it. They just sort of, when I started writing, I was imagining sort of this long, sort of sweeping epic story. And so there are different series, and there may be room for more kind of mini offshoot books for specific characters, but it depends on, kind of how many contracts I can get and my day job and all of that stuff, how much
Oh,
time I have to write.
here's the new Star Wars people right here.
That's awesome. Michael says, so Taltrix is shorter than War and Peace. Yes.
Barely.
well, when you have the
Now when it's
entire
all finished,
5,000,
yeah.
when you have the 5,000 series, you can dedicate a shelf on your bookshelf for all those books because there's going to be plenty of them. Well, it'd be
Yes.
good, yeah.
And Listener's Mate says, we have Big Bird in the US. That's true. We do have one big.
True. We have one.
So is RT a super nerdy girl like you?
Does she know about does she
She's-
know about the cold core of Mars? Does she know the
She knows
Solar
we're way
does.
beyond Mars at this point.
But
I know
that's
Mars-
the history.
yeah.
We are living on Mars, and we actually start Taltrix on Mars in
Oh.
5514. We start in the capital city, which is called Matlantia.
Do you have a whole prologue explaining how you dealt with the solar flares?
No, but I know the answer. This is my water and creamery, but I know the answer. We heat up the core. We have no idea how to do that, but at some point, if we want to colonize Mars, we will have to find a way, and that's the simplest way that we have no idea how to solve.
But in 5514 or before that, you're saying they solved how to do that.
They solve that. Yeah, they fail miserably first. They try to do domes, and that doesn't work out for them very well. So then they resort to heating up the core.
That's awesome that you know all this, because then you can actually think through like logically how all this would have actually have happened and stuff. That's really cool.
Yeah, I spend a lot of time in my imagination.
Nothing wrong with that.
As you should.
Nothing wrong with that. Right, yeah, as we should all be doing. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So folks, if you go, this is Cecilia's website, nymadproductions.com. There's links right on that site. Right on the top page is Taltrix. There's a big tab for it. So you can get all the links to the book right from there on Barnes & Noble and Amazon. Or you can just search it on Amazon. I don't think there's any other book called Taltrix probably. It's a good, unique name. It's good. So go grab it. I'm actually, you know what? I just thought I'm going to go buy it right after this, right after we do the show. So you guys should go do it too. So there you go. Go do that. Check it out. Check out the book and support. You know, we always love, since Francis and I are also authors, we always love supporting fellow indie authors. So please help Cecilia out there. You also follow her at Cecilia Copeland. Is that pretty much across social media, your handle? Different social medias, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm me on everything because there's just very few of me. So it was easy just
That's good. There's no clones of
I
you.
wasn't
That's good.
taken. Yeah. Well, they're surprisingly in Taltrix, they're going to grow their own it's not a clone, it's called a double, but they will start growing their own double as part of their medical training.
Oh, wow. Does this happen in the first book or in future?
Yeah, it starts happening in the first book, but RT has a problem with hers, which she starts working on it and gets attacked, and the attack affects
Attack of the
the
Clone.
beginning of her clone. Yeah, the attack of the clones. But that's something that will carry throughout the whole 5,000 universe.
All right, you just keep selling me on this. The more you talk about it, so.
Oh, there you go, Listeners Mate. Thank you so much.
He just bought your book on Kindle. All right, Listeners Mate. Great, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So before we go further, though, Tammy did send us an image. I think for both of us.
I will share that.
Yeah.
And by the way, folks, remember, if you do buy the book, it always helps authors out if you give it a nice 5-star rating and a good review. That definitely helps it out.
Yes, please.
Exposes the book to everyone.
You mean the Gauntlet picture?
Yeah. Hey, our story in.
Before I share that, let's see here. Oh, so Michael looks like he likes Zatanna. Let me just check in with the poll real quick here. Where are we at here? Where are we at? Favorite magic user? Oh, so that was his answer. Gandalf still leads 33%. Oh no, he's tied with Sabrina, 33%.
Not Sabrina.
And Zatanna and Harry Potter at 17.
Wow.
So look at Sabrina getting some love there.
Well.
All right. I also didn't say which Sabrina, but well, of course, technically only the 90s one was called The Teenage Witch.
True.
There was the darker Netflix one, right? More recently.
The superior one, yeah.
Do you like the Netflix one more?
No, I don't know. I've only seen the first season of that show.
I haven't seen any of them.
I am woefully. Yeah.
Well, I grew up. Yeah.
I feel like the 90s one was a little bit young for me.
Me too.
And at that time, it was like aimed at a slightly younger audience. So, yeah, I should check out the new one. So you're saying the new Sabrina is good
on Netflix? Yeah,
I don't know. It looks too dark for me. But is it good? Do you like it?
Yeah, I mean, it has that Riverdale-ness that you hate.
Oh no,
so...
I hate the Riverdale-ness.
But that's what makes it fun. Like it has a connection to Riverdale. I like the first season at least. I thought that was pretty good. I don't know anything past that though.
Dazzle says Sabrina's the best. The new one is okay, I guess.
Okay. Well, I mean, again, only seen the first season, so.
And Beverly Davis is here. Says very geeky.
Oh, my mom.
Oh, that's your mom. Hey, mom.
Hi,
Mom. Who knew about the Mars cold core? Okay, hang on.
This nerd.
Wait, but don't you tell your mom this all the time, this information?
No? Just because I tell her doesn't mean it like stays, because I can rattle off stuff that most people are just like, I have no idea why you're even telling me this. Which, my mom's really smart, but is not anywhere near as nerdy as I am. She's way cooler. My mom is cool. I am nerdy.
That's why when you said Hollywood stuff earlier, I was picturing you at a Hollywood party and people are talking about like, oh, hey, let's talk about the new Chris Hemsworth movie. And you're like, let's talk about Petri dish like instead and cores on Mars.
Wait until I thought about what superpower I want to have, and it relates directly to what you just said.
Oh, and our other question we're going to come to, you mean?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Can't wait. All right. Hello. Hi, Cecilia's mom. Thanks for watching. Matt says Kiernan Shipka does a great job as Sabrina in the
who's Sabrina in the Netflix show. I thought so too. I thought she did a great job as Sabrina.
Oh, I prefer Morgana Le Fay. That's actually a great magic user from the Arthurian legends.
Yes.
Helen, I didn't know Helen Mirren played her though.
Oh, there you go.
I didn't know either.
All right, here. Let me share the picture. From Tammy here.
It was nice to see.
Oh, it's great. This is from the Gauntlet video game, which was inspired Francis's Tangent Tale story earlier.
Well, technically, the title of Survive the Gauntlet inspired it,
and then you brought in the video game.
And there's the
Very
toast.
Cool.
There's your buttered toast that everyone is having. So
she did the toast. I didn't even see that. That's awesome.
Everyone's got buttered toast.
The one guy is like, he's lifting it in the air. He's like,
as a toast. It is a toast of toast.
A toast of toast. That's it. A toast of toast. Perfect. All right. Thanks, Tammy. That's great. All right. Okay. Let's see here. What are we doing here now? Oh, we're doing our next geeky question, which is in Cecilia's book, as she just said, characters have magic-like powers. We're going to fuck it up. Dark biogenetics. Wrong. Dark, what is it called?
Dark biodynamics.
Okay, dark biodynamics.
So think of dark matter and dark energy. And biodynamics involves not just energy, but but like human tissue and living organisms. So dark biodynamics.
So, like it's imbued in their tissue is how they get the powers.
I am so out nerdy Francis right now. He's just
I know
like
every time you
losing
say
it 'cause
something,
I'm
he just
so
like
nerdy.
I love it.
collapses.
It's because it's just so it's a level of nerd like we don't normally have on the show. Really, like
true.
it's fairly surface level nerddom.
She might have the title of Queen Nerd on the show.
Oh, it's great. Oh yeah, totally. No,
So
man.
wait, are you saying so like their tissues are almost like imbued with this thing that gives them the powers?
Well, all matter and all life has dark energy and dark matter throughout all of it. We're mostly empty that we know of, but these abilities, we are in this world, we're assuming that it has a strong relationship to dark energy and dark matter. So being able to harness dark energy and harness dark matter and engage it with, living matter and living energy. So dark biodynamics.
So not everyone in your world can use this, right? Or
About 30% of the population is strong enough in the ability to be trained. And it's a huge issue, like right now in their world, that they're trying to equal out. I'm gonna get so nerdy.
Go on.
It's a huge
Please.
political issue in their world right now in terms of cloud access, because if you have to wear blocking tech in life, you are restricted. The cloud is segregated, and people's access to the cloud, if they have free access and they can be in any of the rooms and any of the streams in the cloud, they can have planetary monopolies. They can like their business abilities, like their ability to earn money is much higher than if you have to wear blocking tech in life, because once you enter the cloud, that blocking tech is no longer enabled. It can't really protect you. So they're trying to come up with blocking tech that works in the cloud so that they can desegregate the cloud and equalize cloud access for everyone. But of course, not everyone wants that. There are people who want to keep things like, I'm watching you laugh at me, Francis.
I'm just saying there needs to be a Taltrix wiki or something, because this is a lot. That's a lot of information.
Yeah, it's a lot of world building. I'm like known for my world building, but it's because I love, like, as a writer, when you get to the edge of what you know about the world, you have to either make it up or do research and make it up. And I love that process. I love filling in these rabbit holes of like, oh, you get to hear, and what does that mean? Because that's beyond the level of our current understanding of science. And so I like to go down a rabbit hole, and I'll do some research, and then I'll do some imagining, and then do some research, and then, an hour will go by, and I'll come back from that.
Nothing wrong with
going
that.
down
Nothing
the
wrong with
Google rabbit holes.
Mhm.
And then I have kind of these nuggets of information that spark interesting pathways that the story can go. So I
Well, I hope
love
there's a
that. I
wiki.
mean,
Yeah, I hope
there
there's
will
something
be.
where, yeah, because that's.
Yeah, no, I have all of it saved in some documents, but eventually I will create a wiki for it.
Mm.
I'll be happy to.
awesome.
I would
Listeners
love to do that.
says, I told you Super Geeked Up would love you. Cecilia, please come back again. Well, of course she has to come back again.
For book 2, at the very least.
All right. Francis, I gotta go blow my nose. Can you go read the question for the folks in the audience?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, sure. Geeky question number 2. In Cecilia's book, characters have magic-like powers, like blowing your nose. If you could do magic, though, what cool things would you do with magic? So we'd love to know what you would like to do. Because technically, I guess with magic, the imagination is your limit. So maybe there's things that typical, I guess, mainstream magic, maybe you can do more than such things. I'm curious how far your magic, your dark biodynamics go in regards to like abilities and what can a person do and accomplish, and what are the limitations? Because it sounds like so far not a lot of limitations.
There
Or maybe
are
there
some
are.
limitations, definitely. Like there's limitations to what can be done, like what one person can do,
Mhm.
but one person's limitations are not the same as another person's limitations. It's sort of like X-Men like that. Like just because Wolverine can heal, it doesn't mean that like that Storm can heal, self-heal, you know? So
Yes. Yeah. No, I get you. You're just this font of nerdy knowledge. Like it's really impressive. That's all. It's just like it seems like this well never ends because there's just so much. It's like, all right, well, okay.
Well,
Well,
I
that's
appreciate being asked. I mean,
yeah.
for me, like, I want a really ridiculous superpower. I want all conversations to be like this one. I want all conversations to be really open-ended and
Yeah.
fun and funny, because I am so nerdy that very often I end up in places and people just look at me like, wait, what are you even talking about?
I was gonna ask, like, how often do you find yourself in situations where you are amongst people who are really like that's the wavelength they're on, like they know what you're talking about, they actually understand what you're talking about? Because sometimes some of those ideas, some of the things you've been talking about, like even the Petri meat, can go over the head of some people. So does it feel like? Do
Yeah.
you feel like you have a hard time finding fellow
Are you
nerds to
saying,
kind of like?
was I a nerd throughout my entire childhood and into adulthood? Absolutely, I was.
Really? Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I was a huge, huge nerd. I mean, by the time I got into high school, I think
Mm.
I sort of figured out, because I applied the same sort of rabbit hole thinking to social constructs
Oh,
as I did to like other things. And I was like, oh, I can figure these things out a little bit. And also I happened to go to a really great high school which had people from all over. It was really diverse, it was really mixed, especially for Iowa. And I was able to nerd out doing theater stuff and swing choir stuff and things like that. So
wait, you
so
said
I had,
choir. Did you just say choir?
yes, swing choir. Yes.
What is swing choir?
Swing choir. We were like state champion swing choir. So it's not just singing, it's dancing. I was definitely holding down the dancing portion and I was choreographing. You know what I mean? Like
Nothing wrong with that.
you have to have some strong dancers and you have to have strong singers. And I was
Right.
definitely in the stronger dance department of that.
Okay. That's your the talent. That was your skill, was the dancing part. Okay.
Yes, definitely. And I can carry a tune with others around me, but I definitely not an amazing singer, but I'm a great dancer. That I can do.
Well,
That's one of my
great.
superhero skills.
Nothing wrong with
But
that.
yeah, but a superhero skill I would want is for all
Yes.
conversations to be chill and flow like this one and feel good.
Is
And
this the?
because I feel like
Oh, hey.
I do. Seriously. That makes me happy just to connect. And because I end up in these sort of spots where like I am having a conversation and people just look at me like, we have no idea. So I just go home and write.
Oh, it translates to
I'm
writing.
like, okay.
I see. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you can talk to us about it anytime you want.
Yeah,
It's fascinating.
Yay.
This is kind of our thing. Yeah. I mean,
So-
sort of. We may not be as knowledgeable as you are, but we are very happy to absorb that information. Yeah.
Now I got to introduce her to my chiropractor I talk about, because she talks about space stuff with me every time I go in there.
Oh, really? Oh. Okay.
Sometimes she watches their
Ooh.
show. She watches every launch. She knows like so much about SpaceX and NASA and everything. Like, yeah, she would love these conversations so much.
Oh, right on.
Oh, oh God. So what was who just transported someone to the space station and then just left them there? I saw that somewhere. Someone tweeted about it. Like, oh,
Someone got left?
yeah, someone got
Well,
left. There was like a.
well,
there
there's
was like
someone
a-
who was okay, hang on. I think she was just telling me about this. They launched something. They got the astronauts up there, but there was some issues with the ship, and they don't feel it's safe enough to return, so they have to launch something back up to get them. I think, or
Right.
something.
Because
Ooh.
they were sent there, but then the Boeing Starliner, I guess, was the
It
ship
was
that
like
did it.
leaking something, I think, or something.
Yeah.
or-
So
Way to
they-
go, Boeing.
Boeing's got a lot of problems. They've had a lot of problems this past year.
Yeah,
They can't keep the doors
I
on
would
their
be. I
airplanes.
know. I'd be hesitant to like take a Boeing
Yeah, I don't want to take a point
spaceship
into
to the
space.
moon. Or like, all right, everybody, we're getting on the newest Boeing to the moon.
I don't even want to take one to LA. Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, true. But we do have
So-
answers.
do we have chat answers
We
here?
have chat answers. So if you want to go ahead and starting with Dazzles, you can go ahead.
Household
I
convenience.
did
Is that
not
the
mention
one?
any of them.
What does he want? Household convenience? Is this the
No, one
answer? I don't know
before.
where
There's
we're-
one before that.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, low-key telekinesis. I get it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Nothing too over the top, just ability to like stir a pot with my mind while doing some cleaning.
Yeah.
Nice.
Vacuum. Over here.
Yeah. Yeah,
Some
dust.
chores
like
done
dust,
faster.
right,
I agree.
Very practical.
That'd be cool. Yes, it would be household convenience. I see. I get it. Annika, that's her daughter, Tammy's daughter, ran into the room and said, "Luck."
I don't. Why though? You have to let us know, Tammy. Why did she just run in and say luck? I don't know why.
Well, but you know what? That's what one of my favorite characters is Domino from Marvel, and that's her power is luck. Just things just work out.
Luck
for her.
is the power. I see.
Power is luck.
power
Oh, you
of
thought
luck.
she was just randomly yelling luck?
I thought she just ran here, luck, and then ran out. As I mean,
What?
we didn't mention Damian Wayne this time, Annika. That's okay.
She does sometimes come in, and rant and yell things, but it's usually related to our topics.
All right. Luck.
By the way, before I forget this, share this one. Lister's mate thinks, Cecilia, you need to look into making a homebrew role-playing game of Taltrix. I know that role players would play it.
Oh, there you go.
That'd be cool.
Oh, sweet.
A tabletop RPG. Yeah, that'd be cool, man. I
would love that.
See.
Yeah, a lot of those going around. Yeah.
He would want the ability to make dreams come true. Oh, that's nice.
Oh.
There are a lot of people who deserve to have their dreams come to realization because they could change the world.
Hey, I dreamt about eating a hamburger last night. It was very vivid. I could taste everything. So if that dream can come true, I'd be a happy camper right now.
It
was very good. Just saying.
You dream big, I see.
Yeah. Hey, I'll take a sandwich.
You went to bed hungry, is what it sounds like.
I think I did. Yeah.
Cecilia's like, I dreamed that we can colonize Mars. And you're like, I just want a hamburger.
It's so good. I don't remember. I'm like, ew, it was the best hamburger I had ever eaten.
Oh, wow. All right.
Well, look, there's a Gotham burger that just opened up near me, and it has gotten ratings as like the best new burger in the city, and I haven't been there yet. So I sympathize. I'm a big burger fan myself.
Are you're in New York
Yeah.
City? Is that where you are?
Mhm.
Okay. Gotham
Yeah,
Burger.
I'm
That's
on
a
the
perfect
Lower
name.
East Side.
Is that a chain or like a new thing? Gotham Burger. Or is
I
it
don't
something
know
else?
if it's a chain or if it's its own thing. I just know that it opened, and since it opened, it's been rated like the best burger, and I haven't been there yet, and I need to go.
2 places it exists. Lower East Side and Greenpoint are the only 2 locations of the Gotham Burger, and it's the Gotham Burger Social Club. So
Yes, yes, very good.
yeah,
The GBSC,
yes,
as those in the know call it.
Right. Based on their menu, yeah, it looks pretty good. The names are great, so I would go and get some. Oh, it looks good. Oh,
Let's
I shouldn't be reading this right
here.
now. Actually, this is a
Stop
bad
looking
idea.
at that.
I know I got to move on because man, it's making me hungry.
Dezel says a less practical answer, but a much sillier one. I like the ability to turn events into musical scenes. I love it.
Ooh. I feel like that's like a bottle episode.
Oh, I guess I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can
You know what I
see
mean? Like,
yeah.
of a TV show, like the musical bottle
Yeah,
episode.
a lot of them do it.
of Taltrix.
We attempted one on our 400th
Episode 400. Oh, the 400. Yeah, 400 was our musical episode. Yeah. Try not to talk about it.
It's painful to watch, folks. I just warn you.
Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it.
We won't have that one be my episode.
Watch all the other episodes. Let's see here. I want to have the powers of the TARDIS, all of time and space, bigger on the inside, makeovers as needed, and a partner who always thinks I'm sexy.
No, that's true.
Ooh,
That's very true.
nice. Those are all
I'm at
good.
a dinner and I see a couple quietly fighting at their table. Bam! Field musical number. Fight to watch. Okay.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't mind that actually. That sounds pretty good. I agree. Random musicals.
Sephora wants to fly really fast. Cool. Flying.
Not just flying.
Really fast.
Flying really fast.
Well,
I
flying
like
just really slowly, I guess, would not be as cool.
That's just called
Yeah, that would be more
hovering.
like floating. Yeah.
Yeah. Like to float.
You just float.
Sure, it'll take me 2 hours to get from here to like, something 5 minutes away from me walking, but whatever, it's fine.
But hey, you have a great view.
You do have a great view.
I never claimed I'd be responsible with my usage of the musical power.
Oh well. I like that your thoughts went kind of silly. So
I do. Yeah, that's great. That's perfect for this show. Let's just make since you were speaking of your burger dream.
Yeah.
He had a dream where She-Hulk was real and she fell in love with me and married me. If only I could make that dream come true.
Well, I think
I like the She-Hulk show, the new I was
last
surprised
show?
about that.
There you go.
Yeah.
I love the She-Hulk character. I've always loved her. She's great.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's Tatiana Maslany.
I unfortunately just I don't know. When I thought I was a very practical, and just that I want to be able to magically print all my paperback books so I don't have to pay any costs and I can make a lot more money. Because, dude, there's a lot of cost shipping and printing, right?
Yeah, I mean, okay. I mean,
I know it's
very
very
practical.
boring and practical. I'll try to think of a better one. But dude, if you want to make it as an author, you got to think of these things.
Not really. I don't know. That's a little too practical.
You don't have to think of these things. Yeah, you do. If you're an author, you got to think about cost.
Yeah. No,
All right. Anyway, what's your answer? Francis?
Well, my magical power, speaking of food, will be able to eat anything and not gain any weight.
Oh, that's good.
It's a great magical power.
Yeah. Because I'm a foodie, and my powers of foodiness is limited because at some point I have to eat healthy. Which actually part of being a foodie does mean eating healthy food. I do enjoy a good salad, and whatnot, but really you want the greasy burger, you want the strange corn dog, you want those things.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that'd be my power.
Go to a baseball game, eat whatever you want, right? Go to the county fair.
Practical. It's practical.
Funnel cake.
Yeah.
It's not practical.
Funnel cake.
It's not practical. It's just your enjoyment.
Deep fried watermelon. No, it's practical-ish.
Deep fried watermelon?
I've had my local county fair had deep fried watermelon one year and chocolate covered corn dogs, which was awful.
Oh
no,
wow.
It was awful. it was one of the worst things I've ever eaten. It was terrible.
I can believe that. I have some friends of mine who I went to high school with who have the Bacon Festival in Iowa, and they just had the Bacon Festival.
Bacon Festival. Oh.
Yeah.
Bacon Festival. Why do I not know about that?
Everything's bacon.
Yeah, it's all bacon. Everything is bacon. Bacon ice cream, bacon. Yeah.
Your mom says never gain weight. There you go.
Never gain weight. Yeah. You never gain weight. As a matter of fact, what the power does is it makes you more muscular the more you eat. Because it just
all right. Now you're changing it into
blame mom for that one because that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Never getting weight. So let's just.
She also says there's a movie called Defending Your Life where everyone can eat anything as much as they wanted and never gain weight.
Okay.
Yes, Defending Your Life. Meryl Streep was in that with what's his name, and they were in this kind of way station in between heaven and hell and going back to life or going back to earth and. You could just eat as much as you want, and there's this thing of Meryl Streep just sitting down in front of this huge sundae and just digging in. It's really good.
He's Matt says it's by Albert Brooks, or is it? Okay.
There we go.
Maple bacon ice cream, Chaz says, and Dezel says, "Wait, Bacon Festival? Yeah, I bet you don't have that in Sydney, Dezel's."
Yeah, in Des Moines.
Yeah, sadly none in California. What is wrong, people? Put a bacon festival in California.
Dezel's also says that's where the musical power comes in. It helps burn calories when I get dragged into the dances.
See how we continue to tweak these abilities?
Yeah.
Bacon.
Michael says, like Crow T Robot from Mystery Science Theater 3000, right? I want to decide who lives and who dies. He has that power? I didn't know that. Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah,
that's a little bit overpowered, I think.
That's really overpowered.
Yeah,
Yikes.
That's a lot.
Thanos level power. See, I made Thanos nice. He just has orgies with people.
Bacon Wars. Okay, so it's in Iowa.
She said
It's already
she looked Illinois,
passed.
Yeah, they just had it.
16th annual Bacon Fest. Okay. Sorry, it showed wrestling and it showed a band. And I'm like,
They have like a bacon queen. It's full on.
Oh my God, the bacon queen. That's amazing.
The bacon queen. Is her dress made of bacon a la Lady Gaga?
My friend wears a suit that has like a bacon suit, and it's not actual bacon. It's just a print of bacon. And I tried to get him to send me some bacon pants, but apparently they don't have the bacon pants for women. And then they just have like hot shorts.
Sexist.
Which I don't think I want hot shorts, even if they are covered, even if they are bacon printed.
Maybe just a nice bacon, at the very least, like, I don't know. Yeah, bacon pants feel like fairly basic attire for a bacon
pants. If they have for guys, they should have bacon pants for women. Yeah. You said they have capri pants, but I'm so short that when I wear capris, I look even shorter.
Wow, are you like 4'9"?
Well, that's weird. For some reason on the camera, I thought you were tall.
I know. I thought based off of all of your social media, all of your images, I'm like, she's like 5'10".
What?
Easily.
No, I'm like 5'2.5".
Yeah, on the red carpet, you look very tall. Yeah.
You do. Yeah.
That's because there's nobody standing next to me by comparison.
No frame of reference.
I'm nicely proportioned for a small person, but I'm like just like a mini version of a tall person. Just mini. You
should put that as a quote on your website. I'm nicely proportioned.
No, whatever.
For
that's
someone
a good
who's
way.
5'2", I'm nicely proportioned.
A mini person of a tall person. A mini version of a tall person is like a great descriptor. Yeah. I think I like that.
All right, so I'll come up with a different answer then, based on all of Cecilia's amazing nerdy information. I would like the magic where I can just instantly learn any knowledge I need to at the times.
Ooh,
called Google.
No, but Google, like she said, you go down you can be like an hour there, right? You're doing all this research.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, boom, snap my fingers, like the Matrix, right? I know Kung Fu.
I see.
I know how to heat the core of Mars or whatever. Like,
yeah, that's the conundrum. How do we do it?
Right. So there you go.
How do we do it? I hope that's the title of this episode: is how do we warm the core of Mars?
You know what? We might get more views actually.
I think so.
We probably get all the super geeky scientist people, and then they would see Cecilia and they're like, great, and they're like, what's all this other nonsense that they're doing?
All the astronomers are like, oh yeah. All the astrologers are like, wait, what? No.
It's the closest place for us to go when things get really bad here, and it's.
Well, yeah, we can't go to Venus.
Second planet.
We can't go to Venus. That's there's no way we can go there.
Well, no, poisonous gas. It's too hot.
Well, is Venus closer than Mars to us, or no? Or is Mars the closest?
Mars is closest.
Yeah. Okay, I know Mars is the.
Venus is closer to the sun.
Yeah.
Fast.
Which is why it makes it uninhabitable, right? And all the gases, yeah.
Well, Venus still has a hot core, I think. Does it? I don't remember now.
All right.
Well, now that information is gone because Venus is just like, we're not going to colonize Venus. It's not possible. But there are some ice moons in our solar system that we could certainly look into. Yep.
As long as you don't try to accidentally, colonize a gas planet, I think we're fine.
Yeah, as long as we're not trying to go to Jupiter, we're good.
Up here, the question was, what if you had magic powers? What would you want to do with them? But we're about to wrap that up. But you can keep putting your answers, of course, in the chat or in the post if you're watching.
Or why are men from Mars and women from Venus? There's another question.
Yeah,
that book. Can't believe that existed.
That's
from our childhood, 90s,
right? That's from our childhood. Yeah, men are from Mars, women are from Venus.
By the way, here is Helen Mirren as Morgan Le Fay that Tammy sent me here. Oh. Looks very good.
Oh,
wow! A metal bodice of some sort.
Wait,
why?
Excalibur from the movie Excalibur. That was like 1980.
Excalibur.
Yeah.
That was really good. I saw that when I was way too young to see that.
Well, is it that kind of movie? I feel like
there's a scene. There's a sexy scene in it. Oh, yes, shit. There's a full sex scene that he has sex with someone wearing an armor suit, and they took a panel off. I remember
took a panel of his suit off.
Yes, like he has sex with someone, and I think it's her. I think it's Morgana, and he like, but keeps the full metal suit on, except for like this front part that comes off that detaches. I remember it distinctly because I was way too young to know about this, and I'm like, what's going on?
Hold on, let me get a screwdriver real quick. I need to get
Yeah.
this panel off.
That's what Cecilia brought out all her
one
dates as a
panel.
screwdriver. When she got older.
Because you never know when someone's going to be wearing a chastity belt.
That's true.
Well, you
Never
know,
know.
if
That's
you
a good
go
point.
to a Ren Fair or an SCA group, you might need it. Oh, there you go. Mom, why were you letting
Yeah.
Cecilia watch
Excalibur.
Excalibur. I don't think she was aware of that particular scene was coming up. But
Right. Interesting.
I mean,
It's a
hey,
good one.
again, a lot
I
of
gotta go rewatch
PG movies
Excalibur.
of the 80s had a lot of just random nudity for a movie from the 80s. It was just
I mean, it
their
was before
thing.
PG-13 existed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really strange. Liberal mom. Oh, there you
Liberal
go.
moms.
There you go.
Liberal Mom. I don't regret watching it. It had a great soundtrack too.
Well, I can imagine. And it's got Helen Mirren in it. It was the only name I recognized
Yeah.
on this entire yeah. Oh, Liam Neeson is in it. Okay, there you go. I know that guy.
Oh, and
He's in
he's an
this.
Excalibur?
Apparently.
Damn, I didn't know
As
that.
He would have been
Gawain.
young.
Gawain, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, and
He would've
Patrick
been-
Stewart. He's in there. As
No.
yeah, Leon de Grunz. Leon de Grunz.
I feel like that's
Wow.
going to be a watch this weekend.
Yeah, I gotta watch
I think
watch
so. I think this is a wow.
I think Dazzle's just quoting you here. I watched Excalibur for the soundtrack.
Yes.
That's
the,
a good soundtrack.
It
was like
Liam Neeson-
Excalibur.
Go ahead.
First time. Oh no, it's just saying like it's like Excalibur and Chariots of Fire. There were these great soundtracks.
Oh yeah, Chariots of Fire. Tammy tells us Liam Neeson talks about the first time he saw Helen Mirren on set on the Graham Norton show. That's a British talk show, which is a fun show. All right, cool. All right, it's time to thank our awesome Patreons, but then we have a super movie pitch game we're gonna do, folks. Cecilia, do you have the doc open by any chance? If not, don't worry about it.
Let me see.
We can just tell you the names.
I
'cause-
do not.
Don't worry about it. We'll just tell you the names. Because I feel like she has to join us in this because of her ultra nerdy knowledge.
Yeah. Oh, God. Great.
So
Yeah, here's
We're
the
gonna be
doc.
out-nerded.
So go number 5, the Patreons list. Sometimes we have our guests help us out with this. So we give a shout out to our awesome people who are supporting us on Patreon each week. If you're at $10 or more, you're a super shout out patron. Wrong one. Sorry, here it is. Patreon.com/super geeked up. That's where you can go. You can pledge any amount you want, like, $2, $3, whatever, $5. It helps us keep doing our geeky shenanigans. You can also do a super chat, which is a YouTube thing. If you look at the lower right, I believe, of your chat window, there's a little $sign. You can just do a one-time thing to help us out. We appreciate it all very much. But each week we do kind of a different theme here. So I feel like, France, we have to do, right? Some, I don't know, like a Mars or some kind of just like nerdy science theme, right? Based on.
I don't know how we're gonna do that though.
That's why
what
Cecilia's
can we
here.
say?
That's why she's here
yeah.
to help us.
So how do I
Yeah.
do this? What?
So here, we'll
how do I do that?
start. We'll kind of rotate around.
Yeah, you'll start because I don't
Okay.
really know.
Like Craig,
how to do
I'll
this.
start.
Yeah.
Craig Allen Poole, but super shout out to you because we know you have the technology, you have the knowledge in your brain to heat the core of Mars and help us colonize it. So thank you, Craig, that you are going to make the Taltrix is going to become a possibility, that world, because of you. Francis?
Rachel J, thank you so much for your contribution. You make my solar flare.
All right, Jesus. All right, so something like that do with Greg and Rena Horvath.
All right, great. Greg and Rena Horvey, thank you so much for your Patreon donation. And also thank you for figuring out how to use spider web to make spider steel, which is an element that they use to make spaceships in the future.
Is that in your book?
Mhm.
Oh, that's awesome. Wow.
Like,
Spider
of
Steel.
course.
That's cool.
Now you gotta think of a song that goes spider wheel, spider wheel.
Spider Steel, right?
Oh, spider steel,
Spider-
spider steel,
Where are you, Spider Steel?
spider steel, spider
Spider
steel.
I want to use it to
Why-
make some wheels.
To make some wheels. Driving fast into space.
We're gonna meet another race.
Ah! Look out. We
Nice.
just made spider steel. Ah, there you go.
There we go. We did
All
it.
right. We did it. All
All
right.
right. Tammy Anderson, you also did it. Not only have you been supporting us for a long time, you are the top instructor at the Taltrix Academy. Is that what it's actually called? Or no?
Taltrix University.
That you're the top instructor at Taltrix University, and you're RT's favorite teacher. I'm just making that up, obviously, but there you go. All right, Johnny, to you.
Johnny Pappas, your scientific knowledge makes my meat peachy.
All right,
All right,
Michael
so-
Gilstrap.
Michael Gilstrap, thank you for inventing Comograv, which is compact mobile gravity, which is a new form of gravity that we use on the spaceships, because otherwise we'd all be living in 0G. But Comograv, compact mobile gravity, allows us to
Comograv.
set a gravity level.
Almost sounds like Krav Maga, but
What was I ta-
Comograv.
What was I
It
talking to you
does.
about? Like trying to solve gravity in space. What was I talking
Okay,
about?
I was
that?
just talking. Was it you? I was just talking to someone about this too. Maybe it was my
No,
chiropractor.
because I feel like it just happened. We were talking
might-
about like we needed gravity in space in order to do certain things, and like
Well, last week weren't we talking?
Oh, I guess we did
Remember
talk about
last week
last
we got
week.
talking about pooping on the space station.
oh, that's right. Because they
Cecilia should have been on last week's show too. Actually,
We did talk about because we're like, well, can centrifugal force make gravity?
By the way,
And-
Yes.
my chiropractor tells me, because you were saying
Yeah.
they can't exercise, Francis. They actually do have treadmills, and they have things they strap themselves to like make them be
Well,
able.
where's
to
the
use treadmills.
resistance? I guess the resistance.
It has to
is
do
the
with like I
treadmill.
guess how the pulls them down or something. I don't know
Oh.
how they strap.
Yeah, you would have
themselves
liked our
Yeah.
conversation. We talked about like life on a space station. We were,
in. on the International Space Station. Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Anyway, Dash V. Wow, I'm totally now we got on that. I don't know. Okay. Dash V, you are going to make it so people can poop on the space station, which they can already do actually. So
Yeah, I'm like, I can already do. They dock. They dock.
you're going to make it easier
Oh yeah, they yeah.
for the poop, so they don't have to dock, where they can just shoot it. I don't know what to do. Into the hole.
In through the hole. Yeah, it's a little
Yeah.
hole. They just.
All right, go ahead.
Never mind.
Now we're all imagining it.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. All right, Terry Fields. Thank you again for all that you contribute, and you can brandish my Excalibur anytime you
Oh
want.
boy, always sexual.
I'm just saying.
That's not science stuff, but that's okay. We were talking about that.
Yeah, we were talking about Excalibur.
Yes,
so
we are.
I'm
All right,
bringing
that
it up,
counts.
yes.
All right, you got the last one, Jalou.
Jalou, thank you so much for your donation. And let me think. Jalou, thank you for now we've entered the bathroom. It's very hard for me to go bathroom now.
Oh no, we're stuck.
That's
in the
fine.
So
bathroom.
all right. So Jalou, thank you for assisting on thank you for finding a way to have water pressure and recycling water in space.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, very good. That's important.
Well, you gotta get it. Yeah.
Yeah,
My mind
that's
just
what-
went to Dune.
that's what they do in space station.
Oh yeah,
right? They use
yeah.
their-
Their suits. Yeah.
Yes.
Everything in their suits converts into water. Thanks for the
Um,
music.
All right. Oh yeah, and
their sword goes
goes
swing.
swing. All right. Cool. You have so many things you've come up with for your world in your Taltrix book. I feel like I'm going to need a glossary.
Well, that's what I'm saying. A wiki is
Yeah.
gonna be required for this because we're gonna need like categories. Like, what is this word? I've never heard of this word. Biodynamics. What is that? Like it's
Well,
gonna
we
be.
learn by reading it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
That's why there's some heft to it, because it's so far in the future. Like, I can't just pretend that we have solved all of these problems. I have to figure out, at least if I can't figure out how it's going to work, I know that we need something that will make that possible.
Well, I just like that you kind of gave yourself this kind of colossal task, because 100 years in the future, okay, easy to kind of imagine what it'd be like, but 3,000 years into the future, I mean, that's a lot of, yeah, you really have to build the world kind of from scratch with current knowledge, right? With what you already know, but that's a pretty Herculean task, I'll tell you what.
But exciting, so
It
exciting and
is.
fun.
No, it is. That's what's so great about it, because you get to really have more control over that world. Wow.
Patreon.com/Super Geeked Up, folks. Or again, hey, be the first one. Do $1 super chat. Do a 99-cent super chat or something for us. Help us out. We appreciate it. All right. Thanks for helping with that. That was great. One last game for us tonight, folks. And Francis is going to tell you about it.
That's right. Hey, we've been...
Hi.
We've been doing all sorts of improv left and right here, and we're going to need your help on this one. We're doing super movie pitch, where you are going to provide us with a couple of fun little topics, usually use some nouns that we're going to use to make into a movie. We did this during our segment where we were talking about days of the week and their fancy little, like, we just turned them into movie pitches, and that's what we're going to do today. So in the chat right now, we want you to go ahead and give us like some silly combinations of words, and we're going to turn them into epic films, because right now we need them, because nobody's
it could
watching
be, I don't
movies.
know, watermelon tennis or whatever. That just came to my mind for some reason. I don't know why.
Or Inside Out 2.
That's a real movie. What are you talking about?
It's not a name though that you think is an actual movie, and they're like, oh yeah,
it's out right now, right?
I know it's out now. $150 million. Yeah, so
right. So give us in the chat. By the way, I just checked the poll. We're at the same amount. Gandalf and Sabrina are tied. We'll see if anybody breaks that tie before the show ends. For favorite magic user, TikTok promotions improv. What? Well, this is a string of words.
More just like things that we need to do.
I think you're just telling us things you want us to do.
That's like stuff we just have to do.
All right, we need to give them some more examples. So besides watermelon tennis, what else could it be? It could be like Unicorn Day.
Well, we
right?
did we did Waffle Day, or it was different
before
days.
The show started, you said like Shark Tower, right, or something, or
it was really different different day. Oh, Matt.
Hey, Matt. 199 super chat. Thank you so much, sir. We really appreciate it. Even Prince could only look towards 1999. There you go. That's true. That's all he could see into the future.
I mean, it was like 1980 something when he.
Yeah, I mean, it was about it wasn't that 15 years.
I mean, think of Space Odyssey. Like, they were thinking we would be in a such different place.
2001.
That's the thing. They always thought we'd be way farther than we are, which is a little depressing, I suppose. But...
Yeah. I mean, Blade Runner. Think of a lot of things. That's why I put it way far in the future. Like, I want to give us lots of time to get there.
So I'm going to. So we do have some Star Trek stuff we've had way before Star Trek happens, actually. So some of that stuff we've actually have done.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. I'm going to put these together. I'm going to change his order there, Sephora. I'm going to say Hurricane Clowns. Okay, Hurricane Clowns. Or Clown Hurricane. How about Clown Hurricane? That's better. Clown Hurricane. That's the title. And thank you, Tammy. You guys can keep putting them in. We'll do a couple of these at least. So let's start with this one. Clown Hurricane is the movie pitch we have to do. Cecilia, you want to start us off?
Yes,
the one who... okay, good.
I'm happy to, because I'm from Iowa and we have a lot of, like, not just hurricanes. Well, we have like tornadoes. But hurricanes are coastal, so that's from Iowa, but that's Florida still. So in a sleepy town in Florida where a new hurricane is coming and everyone is being told to leave their homes, hurricane clowns show up and demand everyone... Oh, hey, hurricane clowns show up and demand everyone stay put to ride out the storm, even though it's like they're forcing them to essentially die by hurricane.
And the reason is the clowns actually, this is part of their performance, and they want to make money because they ride sharks in the hurricanes, just like Sharknadoes. This is clowns riding sharks on the waves of the hurricanes, and it's the most amazing thing you'll ever see until Francis.
They realized that they could save people by fitting about 15 people into the smallest possible car in the world. And they use their shoes as flotation devices because, wow, their shoes, of course, are very large.
So they just keep driving the same car back and forth.
They keep driving the same car back and forth. As a matter of fact, they use their nose as a beacon so that they can be found in any part of.
They're like a lighthouse, right?
They're like a lighthouse. Yes,
like Rudolph.
Yes, exactly. They're Rudolph. They lead the way with their bright red noses. And who'd be sad around them when they have perpetual smiles at all times?
All right, so they saved the day. That's how they saved the day, right?
I think so.
All right, good. There you go. That was clown.
That was
hurricane.
Cloud Hurricane. In a world.
Tammy has plumber on the Death Star.
Ooh, I like that.
Which is Adam Driver.
Oh, in SNL skit, you mean?
Yeah, wasn't he? He wasn't a plumber though.
He wasn't a plumber. He was
like
an undercover
technician.
boss. He was undercover boss.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
All right, plumber on the Death Star. Well, folks, see, one thing you never see on the Death Star is you never see the toilets, right? And
true.
And and listen, there's all those stormtroopers have pristine white uniforms, but the reason is because the hardworking plumbers on the Death Star, and they don't get enough credit. So this movie's all about them because, man, those stormtroopers really blow it up. Okay. Their poop, I mean. So
it's workers' rights for the plumbers.
Yeah,
right.
No kidding.
That's right. The plumbers go on strike because they're so tired of the stormtroopers clogging up the toilets on the Death Star all the time. And Cecilia, what happens when they go on strike?
Oh, Jesus.
So the plumbers go on strike and they have a massive rebellion.
Oh, this is the real rebellion.
Yeah.
And it's to the point where they are taking over the Death Star entirely until
Francis.
All right. Oh, until
that's you.
Until they realized that it wasn't actually so bad because, well, when it came to number one, the stormtroopers kept missing the bowl. Like, no matter how hard they tried, they just couldn't hit the bowl. And it was really, or the urinal, it didn't matter what. The plumbers were upset because, well, it was just making a mess everywhere. And they needed that rebellion more than ever because not only were they having to deal with clogs, but just a mess in general. Luckily, Darth Vader, excellent with aiming, I guess, in general, comes in and corrects them in the most normal way possible by showing them how it's done. He unscrewed the front part of his codpiece with a screwdriver and showed them how it was properly
I thought you were going to say he uses the Force to make them aim correctly.
No, never. No,
Right.
no.
So Vader shows them the right way, teaches them, right?
Yes.
And the plumbers are so happy. And then Luke Skywalker comes along and blows them all up.
Oh, yeah. Well, the end.
All right, let's do at least one more. Let's see what we got here. We got a whole kind of disaster thing going on here. We got solar tsunami, wind tunnel carnivals. Well, we got themes going on here, but let's go with invasion of the park rangers.
I mean, sure.
France, why don't you haven't started us off yet, so why don't you start?
All right. Yellowstone was a calm and normal park. Till one
Is that how
day.
you think people speak in Yellowstone, by the way?
Yes. That's what I think Kevin Costner sounds like when he's in Yellowstone.
Oh, okay, yes.
I don't know. I've never seen the show. Do they have like accents or something? Or do they have anything?
You nailed it exactly.
Oh,
I have
okay.
no idea, but I'm just going to pretend that's.
I guess okay. No one's seen the show. Okay.
No, do it. Keep doing it. I'm enjoying
All
it.
right. No. Well, it's supposed to be the movie guy voice. All right. So anyway.
Yeah.
In a world at Yellowstone National Park, park rangers find themselves in the most disastrous event ever. The tourists and visitors go haywire and crazy when they find out that clowns used to navigate people from hurricanes. They want the same thing too. They need that guidance. And so they call to the park rangers for help. With their martial arts prowess and the ability to combine into one giant robot, the park rangers
The park.
come together
I get it.
to fight the evil lady face slap.
That's a recurring thing. On our
To
show.
everyone's dismay, until Jeff.
Until the park rangers have an even bigger problem, and it's a bunch of bears stealing picnic baskets. And they're like, damn, these bears, what are they doing here? Stealing all our picnic baskets of the tourists.
Picnic baskets.
Picnic baskets. All right. So, and the bears unite under Lady Face Slap, and they cause havoc. And they also unite with the clowns.
Yeah, well, you gotta have the clowns in. Yeah, of course.
And it's just havoc throughout Yellowstone Park. But the park rangers have a secret weapon. Besides forming a huge robot, they have another thing they can do, which is, Cecilia?
Which is sing and dance.
Oh,
And so they
yes.
sing and dance and have a huge musical production which distracts all of the evildoers until everyone gets very happy and they're all singing and dancing, and it's like a Busby Berkeley film. And everyone is saved from the horrible face slap
As a matter of fact,
and lives happily ever after, along with Kevin Costner and many wild horses.
Jeff, do you remember one of those songs? Can you sing us one of those songs?
Sure, as long as you join in. I'll do the first verse and you do the second. And Cecilia can do the third.
No, she's dancing. There's a dance.
Oh yeah, I know. I'll do the dancing.
Do the dancing.
We're the park rangers.
Oh, no.
We love fighting danger. Francis.
Never do you fare. We'll always fight the bear. We are the park rangers.
Rangers. What kind of dancing was happening down there?
I don't know. It was cha-cha.
It was like that.
I was doing the John Travolta thing.
Oh, yes, perfect. John Travolta's thing is great.
Yeah.
There you go. We had to add some singing into the show.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm not the only one who sang. So I feel
Exactly.
much better.
We couldn't leave you the only one who sang on the show tonight. So we had to contribute a little bit.
All right. So thank you. I'll just share some of these other ones that the people put in. X-ray mermaids. That would have been interesting. The smorgasbord delineation. Wow, that's quite a title. Delineation. Interesting. All right, cool. Thanks, guys. Thank you for those super movie pitch ideas. Those are fun. Big thanks once again to Matt. Thank you for the super chat, sir. We appreciate it. Thank you to our patrons. Let's talk about her book one more time. Let's remind people. Just tell them the title. Where can they get it, Cecilia?
Yes, so it's called Taltrix, Book 1, Surviving the Gauntlet. I don't know why I just started shouting there.
You're excited. You're excited.
It's in caps.
Yes,
it is in
it's only
caps. So you have to scream.
It is in caps. Definitely. So it's available in paperback from Barnes & Noble and Amazon. And it's available on Kindle for only $2.99. And next month, it will be available on audiobook, which my audio engineer was Ralph Legnini, and he was one of our viewers tonight. So thanks so much for coming out, Ralph. I appreciate it.
How long is it? And narrated by you, right?
Yes, narrated by me, ant-free.
Ant-free, right?
Ant-free narration, scream-free narration. Yes, narrated by me, narrated by the author. And yeah, it will come out next month. Just because I know so many people listen to audiobooks, myself included. And especially if you're ESL, audiobooks are way easier than struggling through, having to read, because you just get so much more from hearing people say it. So yes, NIMAD Productions or NIMAD Productions. That is my website right there, and it has all the information and with a few little interesting tidbits about the gauntlet itself, which you can see all the 5 different elements that they have to struggle with to survive the gauntlet.
That's true. Do you know how long the audiobook is?
I don't know yet. We're assuming it's going to be between 11 and 14 hours. I know that's a big gap.
Good. No, that's a
But
good length.
yeah.
Have plenty of entertainment
Over 10
for your
hours,
ears.
below 15. Yes.
You should also do I don't know, you should just an audio nerdy science series.
There's the podcast.
Francis would
right
love
there.
it. He would just be laughing the whole time, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, man, so much knowledge.
He's
It's
like,
too
I
much.
love it. It's amazing.
It's too much knowledge.
Yeah. I would love to, if I can get book 2 happening, then I will come back with more cool stuff.
You can come back anytime.
Yeah, I was just saying, it doesn't have to just be for book 2, but I'm just saying.
We just want to hear
when
dirty
the
stuff.
audiobook is out, you can go ahead and promote the audiobook here.
Oh, thank you. I would love that.
There you go.
And play a snippet for folks.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great. All right, so here, Tammy shared some more things, I think, based on what we were doing in our games there. So here's a plumber. Here's the plumber.
There's the plumber.
Death Star plumber. All right, hang on. Let's see what we got next. Oh, plumbers. I get it. They're plumbers. Mario and Luigi are plumbers.
Yeah.
And we got...
Nintendo's going to get angry.
Oh, boy.
Yes, the Hurricane
Clown.
Clowns.
Hurricane
Or Clown Rangers.
Yes. Clown
Hurricane
Rangers, the
Clown Rangers. Those are terrifying.
A little bit, yeah.
Clowns are always scary. Yeah.
Now, they weren't originally, but they have become scary. I mean, who was afraid of Ronald McDonald, really?
Probably some people were.
No, yeah, I guess that's what
I guess, yeah, he's not really scary, but sorry, she gave me one last one here. Here's some more clown stuff.
Is it? Oh God!
Also scary.
Oh, yes. Very scary.
That's like...
Oh, it says yellow. Oh, it's Yellowstone. We're in Yellowstone there.
Oh.
Yellowstone. It looks like Wizard of Oz a little bit.
It is Wizard of Oz-esque. You're right. That's a good call.
Oh, I'm happy you enjoyed that, Sephora. I appreciate that.
Yay.
Oh, yeah. Well, she was the one who suggested that one, right? Yes.
Yes, Hurricane Clowns.
I'm not appreciating the picture.
You should have Sephora on your show. She's also a geeky writer like myself.
Oh, we would love to. Absolutely.
She edited my vampire book.
Yeah, you have a vampire book too?
You have a vampire book?
I do. It's as yet unpublished. It's called 13th Street Scare, and it's vampires in New York City. It's set current day.
Nice.
So,
we'll forward. Yeah, if she doesn't mind, since we're talking about her on the show, if she doesn't mind, she can forward information to.
Yeah. I don't know. Have her reach out to me. Yeah. It's a great book. Yes. She says.
There you go.
Thank you, Seth.
Her name reminds me of Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII.
I bet she hears that all the time.
Maybe not. Maybe she doesn't hang out with video game people.
That's true. You never know.
All right. There we go. I guess we did everything, right? Oh, Francis, let's share your link. Hey,
we've done it all. We have done it all.
All right. Yes. Here's where another place you can catch Francis.
Yeah. Hey, look, you like generic stuff?
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Oh, she does hear it. Oh, sorry, Sephora. There you go.
She does hear it a lot. Sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead and listen to the Most Generic Podcast on the internet at POI Podcast. It's me and host Josh Hawks. We talk about the most generic things. Next episode, we talked about it last week. I'm going to try to sneak in this thing. It's called Liquid Death. We think it's the funniest name for the most basic of beverages.
Is it an energy drink?
No. Liquid Death is either sparkling water or, in this case, peach tea. Yeah. Like, it has the most intense name ever. Liquid death with a skull, dripping skull, and it's peach tea with like
Okay.
very little caffeine.
That's false advertising.
No, it's great. So we'll talk about that and much more. And you can find me at AKA the other guy on all the social medias. All.
Michael said he had to step away, missed the audiobook. The audiobook title is the same as her book, Taltrix, Surviving the Gauntlet.
Surviving the Gauntlet.
Yeah, and it will be available next month.
Next month. There you go.
So yeah, and we'll have her back
Look
on.
forward
So
to it.
then you'll know exactly when it's out.
Yeah.
Do you know, are you planning to do it through Audible or other places?
Audible.
Okay, cool. All right. Oh, and supergeekedup.com, folks, is where you can go for all our geeky stuff. I forgot. So if you haven't yet, folks, I know there's some new viewers here. Please hit that subscribe button. We would appreciate that. Hit the like, ring the bell, do all the things. That helps us out. It helps more people find the show. Huge thanks to Cecilia. Thank you so much for coming on and being the queen of nerds.
The queen of nerds.
Y'all thought I was kidding. I was so psyched to come on. Thank you. This has been really fun.
Now it's a lot of fun. Oh, so great.
Yeah, I just thought you like geeky stuff. I didn't know you were so super knowledgeable. It's amazing.
Oh, that's right. It's so awesome. Don't forget the poll.
Thanks.
Oh, thank you, Francis. Yes, let's see who won the poll here. Who's your favorite magic user? Oh, in the last minute surge, Gandalf wins the poll with 36%, Sabrina 29%, Zatanna 21%, and Harry Potter 14%. All right, congrats to Gandalf. We don't know gray or white, but he wins.
Right. It really both win. Yeah.
Yes.
Kitty. Yeah, that was Greta Garbo.
That's right. Greta Garbo the cat was here. All right, folks. Thank you for voting the poll. Thank you, everybody, for watching and for your great suggestions in the live chat. Thank you for watching in post. By the way, all of Cecilia's links are in the description section, so you can click on those and find her books and other stuff and her on socials. So check that out. And we'll be back next Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific, with more geeky shenanigans. Until then, stay geeky, everybody. See you later. Bye.